Welcome to the MFS Wellness Podcast, a hybrid structure encompassing health, fitness, self-improvement, and entertainment, where no topic is off limits and all opinions are graciously welcomed.
Let's get on with the show!
And now, here's the host of the show, Mike Sinopoli.
This is the MFS Wellness Podcast. I am Mike Sinopoli, and on this episode, I am going to go through two different aspects. The first one is something that people do when they want to start up a training program, begin a diet, something like that, where they're like, okay, it's time for me to make a change, but here's when I'm going to do it. I'll get more into that. The second part is another very important reason to go ahead and work out, train right, eat well, and kind of take on that lifestyle. We have the quintessential reasons as far as looks, health, and feeling good and all that, but I have another one for you. So to go back to the former on what I was speaking of, we're going to talk about the mistake people make, but they think they're not. They think they're waiting for the right time. So when it comes to taking on a lifestyle change, right? Like we sit and we wait. We want to wait till we have a clear few weeks or a clear few months where there's no parties. I'm off work for a week, or I'm doing nothing for a while, or it's winter and I'm hibernating. The New Year's here and there's not a lot of parties going on. And we kind of wait. We sit around and we fucking wait to do that for that clear time because we want that kickstart. But I think that's a negative. I think that's actually something that's going to hurt you, because what you're doing is waiting for your reality to die down so you can just use the time to go ahead and focus in on your health, your fitness, and everything of the sort. Now, I understand the reasoning because you want to learn and focus and be able to do what it is. I get that part. And in some cases, that might be a good way to go for you, maybe. But I think ultimately it leads to a lot of failure and frustration, because if you have, let's just say, okay, you're off work for 2 weeks. You got 2 weeks off. You don't have anything planned. You're just going to rest and relax, whatever that is. So you say, look, I'm going to start that Monday on my new diet plan, on my new workout, my training program. I'm going to take on I'm going to go and just every day I'm going to be there for 2 hours. I'm going to hit this hard and go at it. The problem here is that, well, you might do all that. What happens when the parties start back up, work starts again, and all of a sudden you had this mentality of all this free time to go ahead and get this stuff done, but now these wrenches are being thrown in. These wrenches are reality. They're work, their kids, their social life, there's all kinds of other things. You just can't wait for that clear path. It's just a mental hiccup that you're having. It's actually more beneficial to say, wow, I'm fucking busy now. If I can get myself figured out here with diet and with working out and make it a real thing around this, then when things do slow down, it's even easier for you. So you're going to make it harder for yourself by just saying, okay, 3 weeks, I'm free, I got nothing going on, no responsibility for a little bit, let's do this. I really believe that 80 to 90% of people are going to end up falling off, feeling like failures, because they're not going to be able to go ahead and keep that level up with all that other stuff that comes back in. So my best advice is, know that if you're going to do it and it still feels good to you, go ahead, give it a shot, but know that that's going to come in and that's going to take control of you. And if you don't have that mindset right, if you don't know that those responsibilities will be coming back in and you never went and fit your real life around it, unless your real life is like that, then I don't see a benefit to necessarily just trying to implement health fitness into your life when it's a downtime. So you could just sort of think about it like, when is best to begin? Like, when is best for you to begin? You always want to start on a Monday, start on a Thursday. Who cares? You want to start on a first of the month, first of the year, just go and just start doing it. That's really the best way to just get into it. If you really want it, that's what you will do. So, I would hate to see somebody begin something, put 2 really good weeks under their belt, then have all the responsibility come creeping in and feel like a total failure and not want to do this thing again. So in my opinion, get rid of that mentality, take on the challenge of fitting this thing around your real life and see how take them as challenges. See how you can go ahead and see how dedicated you really are. Because if you're really dedicated, you're going to go ahead and put this stuff, your gym sessions, your meal prepping, making the right food decisions. You're going to put those things, at the forefront of your mind, and you're going to go ahead and still do it around your life. So I think that's really the best way to do it, and really just kind of take it all in and take it on. If you're too busy for it, if you're too busy to start it when work's going, you're probably going to be too busy to keep it going. So figure it out. Take on less if you have to. It's better off to take on less when you're actually having your real life go on than it is to try to do 2-3 hours a day of all this crazy thing and become this, like 2 weeks, you're this physique competitor all of a sudden, and you're doing all this wacky shit, and you're going to diminish. It's going to go less, and you're going to feel like, oh, you're not doing as much, and therefore you're going to feel like you're failing, and then your brain's going to tell you that, and you're going to get frustrated, you're going to get stressed, you're going to quit, you're going to go back, and then you're going to want to restart the next time you find an open 2 weeks. So just get it around your life. So that's it, because I can't really that's really it. Otherwise, I'm going to just keep repeating myself. So kind of I should tell you how, right, to do that. Everyone's different, okay? So you have to assess your own life, when you can fit it in, how you can do it. So some things that you can do is, some people will say their kids are a thing. All right, so one thing I found very beneficial when I had really young kids and they weren't in school was using a gym that had a daycare. It can be a little more expensive, but if it's in the cards for you financially, it's well worth it. It gives your kids something to do, gets them out of the house, they socialize a little bit, and you get your workout in. It's glorious. So that's a good one. Find the time, set the time, make the time to prep some food. It's so beneficial to have the protein sources ready to go: chicken, beef, fish, whatever it is you're going to make, whatever can be reheated. Make that stuff. Set yourself. It literally takes an hour, maybe hour and a half in a week to get that stuff cooked up and done. Does not take a lot of time. I've done it, and if you need help, I'll tell you how to do it, so it's not very hard, and you'll have that ready to go. Because one of the biggest ways to fail and to go off the rails and just forget it all and quit is by not having stuff ready to go. Because if you're running around, you don't have time to cook a chicken breast. You don't. So have it ready so you can either just zap it in the microwave or eat it cold or however you like it. And you know what? And if that sounds like shit, sometimes it is, but sometimes that's what has to get done if you care about that end goal and what you set. So those are just a few little things. Make time to prep and find time to get to the gym. Make time and find time, whatever you want to say. Those two things around your reality, not when you're off. That's just the way it should be. Moving on to the next thing that I wanted to talk about here is, I was having a conversation with somebody at the gym, and then, why are we at the gym? What are we doing there? Or what are we doing? Not even just the gym, but also just diet too. All this stuff, health, wellness, fitness. We all want to be healthy. We want to live long. We want to be mobile. We want to walk around. We want to feel good. We want to avoid the doctor. We want to look good in the mirror. We want to attract a significant other or whatever it is. We just want that. We want to feel good. We want to like what we see when we go across the mirror. And that's all valid and all good and all great reasons. And I have all of those myself. But there is one that I think that if all of that hasn't necessarily grasped you and put you into a position where you want to go ahead and start something and do something and be something different, take control as the reason. Control. There are so many things in life. We want control. There's so many aspects of life where we just don't have a lot of control. And health is not always in our control, of course, but I believe that this whole health fitness thing is one of the things in life, one of the aspects of life that we have the most control. You want to get to the gym, and you figure out how to do it, you get there, what you do there is on you. You got it. You do it. Same thing with what you put in your mouth and what you eat. That is on you. It's all you. Nobody can force food down your throat. It might seem like they want to, but those are probably just people who want to see you down in their pit of misery and, eat something. Come on, you can do it. Screw them. Don't listen to them. So it's control, because if you think about it at your job, you don't have the full control to get a promotion. You just don't. You have to rely on superiors and some other aspects and competing against other employees or external employees, whatever it is for that position. You don't have full control. You can do everything in the world, and you just might not get there. When you're with us, you have a spouse or a significant other. They are also their own people, so they are going to have their own agendas and things that they want to do. So you don't have full control within your relationships. Your kids, they are also their own people. They're going to do their own things eventually. Scary shit. Very scary. You want to control them. You want to make sure they're okay. As crazy as you can make you to make sure that your kids are safe, happy, and not feeling any sort of trauma, that's not going to happen because they have their own perceptions. They have their own way of thinking. They have their things that make them tick, to get them scared, to get them worried, concerned, and uncomfortable, insecure. And that's unfortunate. But you know what? You can do all you can. You can do all you can. You can go by the book, and they might even perceive what you're saying wrong, and they end up taking on some sort of trauma from what you did, even though you meant well. So that's out of your control too. Driving around in a car, you're in control of your car, but you ain't in control of everybody around you. Someone can just smack you right in the side of your car and paralyze you, and that's scary shit. You ain't in control completely when you're driving your car. But I think there's not much more, in my opinion, that you have full control over than your health and fitness, whether that just be a physique goal or even if it's just the lifestyle itself of getting there and eating well. It is all you. It is you against you. It's a great Slayer song, by the way. If you want to look that up, You Against You, great song. And I love the lyrics to it. And I love the message of just that. You versus you, right in the mirror. That's it. Cliched bullshit, all that rah-rah crap that you hear. But it's true. And I think control is a great idea to have in your head when you go into something. I think we all crave control a lot more than we even know. I think having control kind of has this certainty sort of feel to it. So if, and we all want certainty, even though certainty doesn't truly exist, but certainty gives us comfort. So, there's comfort's one of those words that goes either way. It's either healthy or unhealthy. And like anything else, I think balance is where it needs to be. So balancing your comfort out where you're not complacent, but you're also not feeling so anxious and stressed, somewhere in between that. And I think that can help you, having that right lifestyle can help you and me and everybody with that just sort of mentality of feeling in control, feeling like something's going. If there's not a lot going in your life that's going according to plan, and you might feel like, the shit's against you, not working for you, you're in a lull, you're in one of those valleys of life where you're just low, but you still can get in there and get your fitness together. And I think that's one thing that you can control. It's even easier to control than your own thoughts at times. And believe me, I can speak on that firsthand because those things can wander and just go all over the place and tell you all kinds of shit, set off that bodily alarm. And then, from there, it just kind of spirals. But control, there's that one thing you can think about that you're probably maybe not even considering when you go into something, is just you look at all your aspects of your life of what gives you the anxiety, what gives you the stress. It's not having control. It's just feeling like everything is just discombobulated all over the fucking place, even though that's mostly in your head, I think. But at least that's what I tell myself. But that's what that is what I've used for longevity for this health fitness stuff. It's not just, I'm not different than anybody. I still like fat ass foods and sweets and drinks and all this other shit. I love laying on the couch and blobbing out. It's great. And I still do a lot of that. But, you just keep it balanced like we were saying. So, just have that control. At least when you're doing it, the difference in your head sometimes is like if you're eating something that's like lesser than healthy considered, like a cupcake or a piece of pizza or something like that, something in your head needs to flip. And this is the control part where you know what you're eating. This isn't ideal, but you're not worried about it. And you're not feeling like a failure because you have control over what you're going to do next. So you're actively pursuing that slice of pizza knowing, hey, this is not the best food, but guess what? This is my life. This is my balance. This is what I'm choosing to do. And I have enough confidence in myself to make the next meal the one it needs to be, the right one, get in the gym tomorrow. And you know what? I'm not going to feel a damn piece of shame or any sort of worry or guilt or anything from eating this food. And it takes time. It takes time to do that. But I think it starts with having that control. And that is one of the most important things that can be learned when you go through these lifestyle change processes and just start to see things differently and understand that it is up to you and you have full control over all of it. So, you decide what there is to eat, what you put in your mouth, how hungry you go to parties, all of that kind of stuff. It's just up to you. That's it. So recapping before I keep going, when it comes to a lifestyle change, instead of just coming up with a goal weight, I would say it's a good time to start thinking about control and how you can use this as something you're doing for you, something where you are the driver and nobody else is around. Nobody else can fuck with you. That's great. And don't wait. Don't wait around for that clear time of life where, I don't have a lot going on, so I think I'll go ahead and start putting my fitness together, because that shows, in a way, you are not fully committed because, I have the time now to get myself in shape, to eat right. But what happens when it all comes raining down on you and reality's responsibilities and the confusion of life comes crashing down and it hurts inside? If anyone knows what song I'm talking about, send me a message. But going forward, I'm going to end this thing because, wow, I thought this was going to be like 5-6 minutes, but we're at 15. That's just what happens when you can't shut your mouth. That's who I am, and I accept it. Anywho, I'm going to close this thing up. We are approaching October, and Halloween's coming. I'm going to do a Halloween episode, and I can't wait. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but it's going to involve a lot of candy. We're going to not talk about anything health, fitness, and all that. We're going to just talk about costumes, candy, scary shit, spooky movies, all kinds of bull. I just said spooky movies. What kind of fuck nut am I? Spooky movies. Who says that? We want to come over and watch spooky movies? If someone said that to me, I'm like, fuck off. So, I just let this thing fly and say what I want. So I said spooky movies, and if you want to give me some shit for that, do it. But anyways, social media right now is Instagram and LinkedIn at MFS Wellness. My email is mike@mfswellness.com. I am taking clients as needed. And, please also, if you just ever wonder what it is that I'm doing here and what you can do and what you're looking for, just send me a message and talk to me. I'm not going to be like so I don't judge. I operate with empathy, and I just like to see where you can fit. So it's always a pleasurable conversation with everybody. So just, come to me with no shame, none of that, no stupid questions. Everything is on the table as long as you get yourself right. Sometimes, it just takes that one phone call, that one question to ask, and then that's all it needed to kind of start the domino effect of changing your life. So give me a message where needed, and I will be back. I'm going to try for next week. We'll see, but that's the plan. So until then, thank you all for listening.